Welcome back. I'm hoping you can hear me all right. I'm gonna try and lean in a little bit. I'm at the beach, the sea in all its abundance. It's very noisy. We love that though. So today I am continuing on talking about the 7 Faces of Intention by Wayne W. Dyer in his incredible book The Power of Intention. That was one of my first spiritual forays into spiritual books. And today's face of intention is abundance. And so I felt like talking about abundance with the abundance of the sea behind me seemed about right. Now I've just moved my mic, so hopefully didn't lose you there. But yeah, so I've been sharing over the past few days some of the other faces of intention. Started with beauty, and that's kind of what started it off. That just naturally was a conversation I decided to have, and then I got reminded that beauty is one of the faces of intention, and I thought, why not talk about the rest? Because knowing these faces of intention in order to, in moments, consciously choose to put that lens on to help amplify your life and intentions in your life is so powerful. It's so cool. So yeah, started off with beauty, and then we went to, I figured out yesterday that I could call it Be Clear, K, as my acronym. And yeah, so we got beauty, and then we have creativity, receptivity. I did that wrong. I haven't done receptivity yet. We have beauty, and then we have please sound work well. Beauty, C for creativity, L for love, E for expansion, A for abundance, and then the next 2 days is going to be R for receptivity. Yeah, I may have spoiled that one just there, and K for kindness. But we'll talk about those ones on the next 2 videos. And yeah, so today, talking about abundance. Sometimes you look around in your little room or house or cubicle and you're not seeing the abundance. It just feels like more and more monotony, and it's hard to feel tapped into that abundance that exists, like infinite universe, sky, sea, well, maybe not infinite sea, but abundance. I hope I'm not messing with my mic too much by going rogue here. It's weird to have my computer at the beach. Anyway. Abundance, it's just, it's in nature, innately. And, some of it's not infinite, which is why we need to look after our planet. But we are nature. So naturally, we are part of that abundance. And choosing to see things through a more abundant lens allows us to amplify the intentions of what we truly want to go for, what actually lights us up, and not hold ourselves back. We have to believe it's possible though. Oh, someone's getting told off. It's crazy. Anyway, we literally have this abundant world to live in, and yet we box ourselves into society's standards and, you know, the life we're supposed to lead, and, you know, do mundane things at work sometimes that don't light us up in order to get money to work for the system that humans have created. But if we can see things, we can feel ourselves contracting, consciously notice that, and then say, hey, I choose differently. I want to see the abundance. How could I do this in this moment? And, you know, if you have the possibility in that moment to step outside and look at the sky, that's a great way. Just really look at nature. Nature is just innately abundant. But maybe it's that you follow people online that help you feel that abundance, like they're honed into their abundance, so you can, you know, kind of piggyback off their abundance to a degree until you believe it for yourself. How can you put on some of your favourite songs first thing in the morning and just dance? Feel abundant in the movement of your body. Sing along in the car on your drive to work. Or even if you hate making plans, you know, notice you've got a couple of days coming up that are off, and, you know, maybe book in with a good friend, to go do something that you've always wanted to do, to step outside your regular comfort zone, the monotony, to actually explore a place you've never been before, even if it's only a 20-minute drive from your house, you know, or like, you know, an hour's train ride, or whatever it is that makes it feasible for you to do. Because, like, that's what I love so much about travel. Like, you just see the abundance of the world. You get to witness, you step outside of your comfort zone. And we've got to choose in small ways and in all ways to nurture this abundance, to see it for ourselves, to allow it into our lives, to be receptive to it in our lives. Because if you won't receive it, well, the universe can be sending you all the things abundantly, and you're not letting it in. So it can't get past your wall. And I say this, again, never from a high horse. I'm at the beach second day in a row today. I hadn't been to the beach probably I may have dropped in briefly once or twice in the past couple of months, but that's not much considering I live a 2-minute walk from the beach. So, like, in what ways are you blocking yourself? Like, I know I find my patterns are, oh, I'm just on the way home from work, oh, it's getting dark, I better not go right now. If I walk to the beach, then, you know, another hour or two will pass, and then I won't do XYZ. Well, a lot of the time it's like I want to get home so I can film these videos and eat dinner and all that. Maybe watch a show to unwind or something. But really, when I come here, like, it's so pretty. Is the moon again? When I come here, there you are. Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the video camera, but when I come here, I see the sunset, I see the beautiful ocean. Now, I'm privileged enough to have grown up with a family that had a stunning yacht. Oh, not super yacht, no, I don't call it a yacht. What am I doing? We had a launch boat. It was, I want to say 42 feet, maybe 44 feet launch. It's a type of motorized boat. Anyway, we had cabins and everything, a little kitchen in there, and we got to go out on that many weekends, and at Christmas we'd go away for 1 or 2 weeks, and I just got to swim off the back of the boat in the beautiful water of New Zealand, and I got to go around all the islands, and like as a little bratty kid I didn't understand how incredible that was. I am very lucky to have had that experience, but also I grew up jumping off the back of the boat swimming, so I've never been too afraid of the depth of the ocean. Like sometimes I'll be swimming and be in the deep and be like, there could be any kind of sea creature that would like a nibble right here, but most of the time I just happily swim and I know I'm going to float and I'll be fine. It's made me a really strong swimmer, and I was also such a water baby as a kid. I would just swim off the back of the boat for hours, and that's literally how the freckles happened. Because I didn't reapply my sunscreen as a kid. But I love my freckles, so yay. It all works out. Took me a while to get there though. So I have an older sister, and her freckles came in first, and I was like, I want freckles, and she's like, be careful what you wish for, and I got my wish, and then I got teased for having freckles for many years after, and then made it mean bad things, but now like they're back in fashion, so I'm like, whatever, my body is not fashion. Anyway, side note, I have an abundance of freckles. We're bringing it back to abundance here. Yeah. So yeah, how can you, in small moments, switch your lens from scarcity, from lack, from constriction to abundance? Ah, beautiful abundance. Alright, let's hope my sound held out today, and I'll see you tomorrow for receptivity. Much love. Okay, side note, my audio's not great, but it's not bad, but also that's abundance of nature and sea, so I think it's worth it. I'll not film at the beach all the time, but once in a while we can deal with a little bit of bad sound. Also, I like to come to the dunes sometimes because it's so noisy. Me and my friend came here when we were doing an open mic and we needed to practice, but we didn't have someone's house we could practice in and make lots of noise because there were apartments that we were staying in at the time. So we just came here-ish, not exactly here, and we just sung to the ocean. We pretended the ocean was a giant crowd. Highly recommend. Okay, bye. You're a little late, I'm already torn. Okay, I'm not doing any more than that because copyright. Bye. That's one of the songs I sang, by the way. Australian legend.